Well, this isn't the best weather for Devlog, but at least the hail has stopped now. That's the 4th hailstorm we've had in under a month here, so it's getting a little bit ridiculous. The good news is, I'm making progress faster on Galactic Chef now and feeling a lot better about things, although, to be honest, a lot of that progress is in the form of scope creep, but for good reason. So today I'm going to show you what's new. So I've made a few changes to how you progress through Galactic Chef. As you can see, I've expanded the roadmap a bit, although not all of these contests and challenges are actually implemented yet. The big obvious thing is now you can revisit individual challenges within a contest without having to start over from the first challenge, which will matter a lot more for the full-length, full season of Galactic Chef, as there are quite a few. I actually got this idea from playing a racing game called Horizon Chase Turbo, because it's got a really satisfying progression system. It brought out the completionist in me and made it fun to go back and replay levels with newly unlocked cars to rank better and get more points to unlock more cars. I definitely want to take some more ideas from the system later on, but I'm trying to limit scope creep for now, and even just this challenge selection turned into a more complex task than I anticipated. Because let's say you're revisiting a challenge halfway through the season, and half of your opponents have already been eliminated. I would expect to go back and see the same lineup of opponents that you had the first time you played that challenge. And if you got immunity or a time bonus or something from winning the previous challenge, that prize should be preserved too, right? So I had some decisions to make. Ultimately, I settled on taking a snapshot of the contest state every time you finish a challenge, and then that snapshot will get used whenever you load into the next challenge after the one you just won. And another change that should have been obvious from the start, instead of importing ingredients at the start of the contest, now you get a pantry phase after the challenge introduction, so you have a better idea of what you'll want. I originally avoided this because I thought it would be better to hit the ground running after the intro and get right into the kitchen to start cooking, but I think I can get the same effect by putting a time limit on the pantry. Of course, this time limit can be disabled with a casual or custom difficulty setting, and this isn't applicable for all challenges. Sometimes limited predetermined ingredients are part of the challenge, and that's just one of the ways I'm trying to make each contest feel unique. As for other big changes, I ended up restructuring the entire criteria and scoring system because the old way made it a real pain to add new criteria. Now I've got a criterion class with an interface that gets implemented by all the derivative classes for the individual criterion types. And I've structured this in a way that each new criterion needs very little code, pretty much just the logic specific to that criterion. The scoring formula is a bit different now too. This may get some more iteration, but the general idea is, first, the challenge criteria and requests are what you're told in the intro, and these total up for a maximum of 100 points. Then there are penalties for hazards and such that are calculated as a percentage of that total, although I present them as a number of points subtracted because that seemed like it would make more sense to me, but I'm not really sure if that's the right call yet. Lastly, bonus points are hidden criteria that you're meant to discover over time, specifically judge preferences and ingredient bonuses. Judge dislikes fall under this category too, but I decided that these should never cause your total bonus to be a negative number. They can only lessen the bonus that you get from other hidden criteria, because it felt more fair to me that way. And lastly for today, I'll end on a trivial note. The flipper always felt odd to me because its only function was to flip food over. I always knew it would make more sense to also let it lift and carry food, but now that the tool is your mouse pointer, I thought it would look weird without a way to put your mouse pointer behind the food. So I finally did some horrible shenanigans to make that happen, and it's much more satisfying now. And I'm probably going to make it also gather up and combine food objects, but I haven't done that yet. So unfortunately it will be a while still before the next public release, but I think I am getting close. It's mostly down to just wrapping up small loose ends and fixing a lot of bugs. So in the meantime, it really helps me out if you hit the like button, spread the word, and subscribe if you haven't already. And of course, thanks for watching.